We're back.
Let's get it.
Go straight into the questions.
Yeah.
We were literally just talking about it like a couple seconds ago. You've been through a lot of, heartbreaks with unsuccessful relationships in your life. A lot of jobs that you was doing a lot of work. That was causing you a lot of stress. There was you had a time period where you were injured working in college and writing a book all at the same time. You was doing a whole lot, and it gets overwhelming. And for some, it might mess with your mental health. So the question I want to ask you is, how is your mental health? How is it?
Yeah, I feel like mental health is very important because that question don't get asked a lot by people and stuff. Like, I feel like American culture, like, niggas like to skip over mental health and how you're feeling and stuff is always, striving to go to the next bag and this and that. Never, fully taking in what's happening and stuff. And so I feel like that wrecks your mind a lot. And so, like, my mental health, I'll say, like, growing up, that shit was terrible because, like, I'm growing up, I'm in New York. You feel me? Growing up in New York, coming from Jamaica, and I'm trying to fit in, because I'm trying to fit into the American culture, which I didn't really grow up into. And then I'm trying to fit into the Jamaican culture, which I'm growing out of. So, and then, like, in New York, it's like it's a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of diversity. It was a melting pot. So, mental health, it gets skipped over
a lot.
And with me now, I was very unhappy a lot of my high school, middle school years. High school, middle school years. And then, I don't know, after college, no, it was after quarantine. After quarantine, I was very much more happy. But realized I was after, like, I started working on my craft. I started working on my poetry and stuff. And so, I find that now that I'm working on my poetry, it helps with my mental health in a way that, I didn't have before and stuff. So, because of those works, I'm stressed and stuff like that because, outside factors, I'm stressed and stuff like that. Mental health, some days my mental health isn't so good, but with being able to write and stuff, that does help with my mental health. And I've also, been meditating and stuff like that, and even, like, smoking can help with your mental health. Like, I found that me smoking and me being able to, like, break that bridge with my mind so I could ask my mind questions and stuff and figure things out while I was high as fuck, because, I'm smoking by myself. There's nobody there but me. And there's no questions. There's nobody to ask questions but yourself. And yeah, one thing I've realized growing up is that, like, you think it's you against the world. Like, Kendrick said this in this thing. It's like, I thought it was me versus the world, but I realized it's me versus me.
That's
right?
Funny. You get caught up in your own thoughts and you go crazy.
So, once I realized it was me versus me, I feel like that's where my mental health. That's when I started, like, becoming better with myself. Started accepting my flaws and stuff like that. And after that, that definitely helped my mental health because I wasn't worrying so much anymore. I didn't have so much anxiety. I wasn't thinking about so many different things, and what's wrong and this and that. I was happy, and especially right now. After that book release party, I've been feeling real rich inside, which is how it should be. Like, I talk about in the book, and it's called Where Will the Poor Man's Dream Go, like something like that, right? And there's a poem in the book. It's basically asking what a poor man's dream will be, right? And then at the end of the poem, I'm not going to actually spoil it, but basically it's about being, is he actually poor? or is he rich inside? Like it's basically the fine line between what's rich and what's rich inside, and what's more important in life. You know, is it more important to be rich, or is it more important to be rich inside? I've been feeling real rich inside, and that's helped with my mental health. That's helped with how I'm interacting with people. That's helped with my craft and everything. Yeah, it's beautiful. And so like, I don't know, like the last few weeks, it's definitely like, you know, it makes you think. It makes you think, like, is it like, I've been actually thinking myself, like, yo, do I want to reach like that upper echelon, or is it okay that I'm at a certain level?
Yeah, you good where you at.
Where I'm able to like support my family, which it would, regardless, it would I would need a ton of money. But it's how much of that ton of money I'm gonna need, you know?
Yeah,
like,
what do you really need to be?
Yeah, it's like, do you need to be a billionaire? If you're a millionaire, do you need to be a billionaire?
That's a legitimate question.
A legitimate question, yeah. Like, and me, I'm realizing, yo, if once I reach that millionaire status, what am I being a billionaire for? To add more problems on? Cause like you see that the richer you get, the more
more money, more problems.
More money, more problems. Exactly. Right. And so, like I'm gonna figure it out, most definitely. But right now I'm like questioning where I wanna go in life. Mostly with like regards to money. How rich do I wanna be? How popular do I want to be? How much like, you know, what's my ceiling at? What's too much for me?
I like that.
Because you gotta know what's too much. Because once you pass that, that's when your mental health starts going down and shit. That's when you start fucking up.
You're right. No, beautifully said. Thank you for that. Last question I want to get into. What do you want your legacy to be? When it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember you for?
I'll say I always wanted to change the world. You feel me? Very bold, like, goal, but
dream big.
Yeah, that ass. What I write for, especially now with the books I'm writing right now, it's a lesson to it that it could teach people. You feel me? I realized that I might probably be a professor when I get older, because I do like teaching people. I do like putting people onto knowledge and stuff like that. And so with the books now, it's a way for me to change the world, but at the same time, the books, it goes a lot into psychology, because I'm a psychology major, right? And I'm thinking I might do a few psychology papers, right? So my legacy, I want to change the world. Word too, like I wanna help the world, and I wanna make the world a much better place than it was when I was here. For my children and stuff like that. On top of legacy, I wanna have a few kids, you know, right? And not even with like multiple baby moms and shit. I know we was joking about that before.
A couple of baby HDs running around the crib.
That is like, you know, like baby geniuses.
Running around doing that. Lord, one of them motherfuckers could be president.
Exactly, and that's most definitely one of my kids is gonna be president. Because I was playing around with that idea. I was like, do I really want to be president? I feel like I could do it, but do we really want to be president?
Yeah, that's a whole different world.
Yeah, but one of my kids would probably be that crazy to want to do that shit. But yeah, my legacy is what those kids is gonna amount to. You know, because I'm definitely gonna want to pass down my name and shit. But it's more so gonna be like what happens when I become like probably a professor and stuff. Like, I'll say that. I'm saying this right now, but if you were to see it, if I'll say when I'll see my legacy being formed, it's not right now. It's like beginning right now, right? But when I'll see my legacy being formed, like 10 years, when I'm a professor. If I actually go down that route to becoming a professor and stuff like that, because then I'll use that to want to change the world even more. I do have some movie ideas and stuff, and you can change the world a lot with movies. You can change the world a lot with books too. Like I'm I'm waiting on that genius idea I get to write a novel. You feel me?
Shit.
Yeah, like that go crazy. That a novel that speaks through time. You know, that's definitely a goal of mine as well. You know, you gotta dream big, but this is only the beginning. Like, look, I'm only 20, and I just published my first book. I'm waiting, and I'm gonna keep on doing the poetry books, but I'm also gonna start writing the novels. You know, I'm gonna start doing some screenplays as well.
Okay.
You know, definitely dabbling into a lot of things. So my legacy is also gonna be like people are gonna. I want people to remember me for being able to do a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it's gonna go down that way regardless, because you know I keep myself busy. Majority of the days I'm doing like, you know, multiple stuff at once. I'm doing this poetry, but then I'm doing the YouTube, and I'm gonna start, you know, branching out on different things on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. And then, you know, I was talking about doing a podcast, you know, right?
Right.
And that's why I'm actually going to Oswego, because of their broadcasting program.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff
love a good
like
program. It's good. I like that. You got a lot of stuff on the way.
Most definitely.
With that being said, let's get into the quick hitters. A couple of fun questions I want to ask you. You can give me the short answer, the long answer. Like I say in every interview, everything is fluid. First question I want to ask you: what's something you want to do that you haven't done yet? Anything?
Damn. It would I'll put out there that writing a full length novel.
Okay.
Full length novel. But like there's stuff out there like you could also say like, you know, skydiving. I really want to do skydiving.
A lot of people say skydiving. Writing a novel was cool too.
Yeah, but like a lot of those is like too calm. And it's too calm. You know. Definitely.
I fuck with
so
that.
that's the short answer. That's that short.
Okay, better say that. Next question I want to ask you. You being from Montego Bay, Jamaica, what is your favorite Jamaican dish?
You gotta give it to the jerk chicken.
Jerk chicken? Okay.
Jerk chicken and baked mac and cheese.
Ooh, okay, so if there's a restaurant, like what's your go-to restaurant, whether it's in the city or back home, and what's your order?
Alright, so go-to restaurant. So when I was in the Bronx.
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, my go-to restaurant was that Richie Rich.
On Boston Road.
Yeah, that shit used to be busting. It started getting bad around the time I was leaving, but in the beginning, that shit used to be busting. Right, that was my go-to restaurant. Other than that, I don't like going to Jamaican restaurant because you can't really trust like all Jamaicans.
Making some bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, people be making some bullshit sometimes. You feel me? And certain dishes is not as good. Like for example, oxtail. You can't eat oxtail from anywhere.
As authentic.
Yeah, I found there's only a few people that's made the oxtail and I actually like it. You feel me? Other people I don't like the oxtail. That's why I don't go to too much Jamaican restaurants. So I'll like, you know, I'll depend on all those dishes from like, you know, my parents, my mom, and stuff like that. And now I'm living with my mom and her boyfriend. My mom's boyfriend, he own a Caribbean restaurant. So you already know he be bringing the dishes and stuff home for me to eat. Yes. So yeah.
Let me know if you're jacking this cause my man's from Uptown. He from 233rd in Bronxwood. I used to go uptown get some Jamaican food. We used to get this thing, our go-to, rice and peas, fried chicken with cabbage and oxtail gravy. You jacking that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, a lot of, you know, you gotta use that oxtail gravy because a lot of people use the oxtail gravy regardless of what you got.
Word.
I like gravy on rice a lot. You feel me? Like if you put the rice alone is good.
Definitely.
Putting that gravy on there.
Jeez. Bro, you ain't making my mouth water, bro.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I just ate, and I'm making myself hungry again.
Exactly. Next question I want to ask you. Let's go. Most memorable moment while writing.
Oh, okay. So the most memorable moment. So it happens a lot too, right? Where my phone or the device that I'm working on, it breaks at the end of me writing a great poem.
I wonder whose fault is that? That's what I really want to know.
So, for example, True Art, right? That poem I was talking about, right? After I wrote that poem, my phone, like literally, I wrote it on my phone too. I wrote it on my phone. I put my phone down. I started using my laptop, and I go back to my phone. My phone is broken.
So the devil broke it? That's what you
Yeah,
saying?
bro. It was. I'm telling you, these poems are so great. You know what happened is God is like, nah, you can't just write shit
You
like
can't
that
just
and
shit
think
on it
everything
like
is
that.
sweet. Like,
No, what?
and it's happened multiple times. Like, I think the next poem, it was another poem. What poem was that? I don't remember exactly the poem, but I remember it happened for another poem where I'm writing, and the phone just broke. I'm just like, yo, what the hell?
Bro, like you probably gotta go to Android or something. I don't know.
Imagine. But like, yeah, that's definitely most memorable moments. But like, I could give you some highlights too, right? Highlights is where I've written.
Okay.
Right? Right now I have a backyard. Real nice backyard, you feel me? The moon is shining. They have the it's a gazebo too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they have a couch outside, so I used to be writing, you know, smoking my spliffs, just writing.
Vibes.
You feel me? Vibing and shit like that. That shit is memorable, but highlights is also on the train. I be writing a lot in the train. Those train rides, cause I'm taking the E train to go to work, and so I'm coming from the last stop to go to 34th Street. It's like over 12 shops, over 13th. No, what do I do with that time? I read and I also write. You know, right? And so anytime I'm on the train and stuff like that, I'm thinking, what am I gonna do? I'll probably start writing and stuff like that. I haven't been writing as much, and that's because I kind of broke the other day, like last week actually, or the week before that, I wrote like 7 poems, 7 full-length poems. Because sometimes, you know, you'll write a poem, you'll write a full-length poem, which is rare. You feel me? Sometimes you'll write maybe half of the poem and you'll finish it later. Sometimes you'll just write the title. So that day I was working on the new book I'm working on, right? And I wrote 7 full-length poems in like one day.
That's tough. That's different.
And even for somebody that writes a lot like me, it's a lot for my brain, right? So after that, I haven't been writing as much. And I also wrote 3 pages. I started my autobiography.
Oh, tough. Yeah. That.
And so I wrote 3 pages already, in the morning, like yesterday or the day before that. All of that in the morning. After that, I didn't want to write the rest of the day.
You like that? No, you're really working. I like that. Next question I want to ask you. Music Mount Rushmore. Your 4 favorite artists ever plus honorable mentions.
Okay.
Can't say the wrong thing now.
Yeah. I got you. So put it up there. Top up there.
Your 4 favorite artists ever. Don't matter the genre.
Yeah. Up there, Kendrick Lamar. Right? Feel me? Kanye.
Okay.
Right there. After Kanye, definitely favorite artist. After Kanye, it's a little bit. Cause me, I'm a little bit different. Most I don't like cause the artists that are there like right now, like I mean, the mumble rappers, I ain't really fuck with them like that.
I like that.
Cause me, when I'm listening to music, I'm a writer as well. I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm also listening to the beat. I'm listening to how creative you are, and all of that shit.
You need substance.
Yeah. Another person I could put is Baby Keem.
Oh,
You heard him. Yeah, he's just not getting up there. He's actually Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
I mean, it runs in the family, right?
Family full of greatness, bro. And then, who else?
We got we got Kendrick Lamar, we got Baby Keem, and
This is music.
Yeah.
And I gotta take some of those off because then we gotta put in some of the Jamaicans.
Oh shit.
So we got Popcorn. We got Popcorn. We got Vaz Cartel. What?
I've heard of them.
We got Alkaline.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, exactly. So, music, it's not gonna be a Mount Rushmore. So those are the honorable mentions, though. You feel me? Maybe put Popcorn, Vaz Cartel with Kendrick and Kanye.
Okay, and then Baby Keem could be honorable
Baby
mentions.
Keem is honorable mentions. I was actually, because right now, Kendrick is my favorite rapper.
Okay.
Right? But Baby Keem is probably gonna take over. I can already see.
He's that good?
I can already see. He's only 20.
Or he's doing his thing.
Right? So I can already see, like, give him a couple of projects and a couple of albums, I can already see him becoming my favorite artist. Right? So honorable mentions, you know, Baby Keem, J. Cole, you feel me? What? Corday, I was listening to Corday a lot. Isaiah Rashad, a lot of people from Top Dog Entertainment. I'm not gonna lie, dude. They got a whole staple full of good people. Tory Lanez.
Nah,
you
he
know
toxic. He's nice though. He's nice.
Yo,
he's nice.
Javion. Oh my God. Frank Ocean.
Frank Fires. Bryson Tiller. Yeah.
Tyler the Creator.
He just dropped something yesterday.
Yeah, he dropped some heat. Telling you, like, it's a lot of these. It's too much. I listen to a lot of music though. That's why. I like to be diverse with music. I listen to a lot of different genres. I listen to R&B. I listen to hip hop, and this and that. I only just don't listen to country. I fuck with it too. Like, for me.
Yo, with that being said, let's get to the next question. If you could have dinner with 5 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Alright, so we're gonna put Malcolm X there.
I like that.
Right? Malcolm X. Who else? Baby Keem.
Okay.
And then that's it for celebrities. I'm not really a celebrity person. I don't really pay attention to celebrities like that.
Maybe like that.
I don't know. I don't feel like they that cool.
It's a little kind of
you feel me? So a lot of celebrities I wouldn't even put on there. I don't even, like, for example, like a lot of people where I look up to them, I still don't want to meet them. You feel me? But there's the people that I do want to meet. There's people that I feel like I would have interesting conversations with. Right? So at that dinner, we're gonna put Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Feel me? And the next person I'll put there is Hindsight. He's a YouTuber. He's also a Jamaican, you know, right? And he just be having just mad knowledge to drop and stuff like that, right? And that's what, 4 people?
Yeah, you got Hindsight, Joe Rogan, Baby Keem, Malcolm X. Who's that last one?
And I'm gonna put my brother Keem as that last one, because me and him, we be having like conversations where, you know, we get real in depth, we get real deep, you feel me? Talking about enlightenment, talking about life, identity, and all of that shit. So I feel like to have a dinner full of those people and we're just chatting, you know, just chilling, vibing, that's a great dinner right there.
That's a fire dinner. I definitely want to be there. And then I think the most important part is what are you guys gonna eat at the dinner?
Beer, Jamaican food.
Shit.
That's basically it, because I don't really eat nothing else. I don't really eat nothing else.
I mean, that's not bad. That sounds solid.
Nah, I gotta actually start, you know, putting myself in a diet and stuff like that. And eating more vegetables and stuff.
You gotta get your cabbage up, bro.
Yeah, as per my mom.
She wants what's best for you.
That you know. So yeah, I'm grown right now. I'm a 20-year-old. I'll be fine.
Word, you gonna get there.
Yeah.
Next question I want to ask you: most memorable moment during your book release?
Okay, the book release party or
just in general. Since it's the most memorable moment that has to do with the book since you dropped it.
It's the book release party. So what happened was, like, even that book release party was my mom's idea. Like, I didn't actually want to do it, right? And that's just because, you know, that shit is fucking with my anxiety and shit like that. That's a lot of people congratulating me. I don't know if my pride is up there. You feel me? But, you know, it happened, and at that book release party, a few people spoke, and I also was able to, like, say some of my poems. A bunch of people came, and they actually brought the book and stuff like that, and that shit made me happy and stuff. So, the most memorable moment, like, cause even after I released the book, published the book, it was just life. You feel me? So what? Just published the book. You feel me? Just chill shit. But that book release party really put me up there. Like it really made me, you know, see like, you know, where I'm at right now. Like, yo, bro, you're an author, bro. Like, you know, put some respect on yourself.
Word, you, bro. Like I was telling you, not a lot of people have done what you've done. So you know, that's fire. Nearing the end of the interview, what can we expect from you for the rest of 2021? That's the first. It's all good. Do your thing.
That YouTube channel. So when I started 2021, the first thing I wanted to do was publish that book. Done. Feel me? I also wanted to do a podcast.
Coming soon.
You could say, yeah, you could say that's done and that's coming soon at the same time. I also wanted to do that YouTube channel, which is also done, and I also wanted to write another book, which is, you know, in the progress of being done.
A lot of projects.
Yeah, a lot of projects. So by the end of 2021, I want to have a bigger fan base, with my poetry and everything like that, and I definitely want to, you know, be growing my YouTube channel.
Beautiful.
At that point in time as well.
I like that. Fire. Who's one person that you want to see on the journal?
That'll be my friend at the Saint Philip on Instagram.
Okay.
Feel me? He's a rapper, and he's from the Bronx. He's from the Bronx as well.
So trenches.
Yeah. So I feel like he would really be interested in the podcast, because he's kind of like me, where like, you know, he likes to be deep. Me and him, I met him in philosophy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not philosophy. It was one of my other classes. But me and him used to be having some philosophical talks, right? Yeah, we used to be talking about a lot in college and shit like that. So he's definitely not somebody that you would fuck with talking to him and, you know, thinking in his mind and seeing and shit.
Say that. I love it. With that being said, Mark, to end the interview, anyone you want to shout out? Anything you want to get off your chest? The time is now. Floor is yours. Talk to me. The camera's right there. If you didn't see.
Yeah. Nah. Shout out to Ricky for even putting me onto this and telling you about this. Shout out to my mom. You feel me, for putting me into this world.
So to be great.
Feel me. Shout out to my dad just for nothing. He ain't doing nothing else. Let me stop.
No, you crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Amazon for even putting that book out.
Amazon got that heat. If you know, you know.
And shout out to myself for being great.
Word, dude. The reason why you're here, right?
Exactly. That's it.
For sure. HD, thank you for coming. I definitely appreciate you. This was great. Everybody go check out the book. To the close line out now.
On Amazon.
Out everywhere.
Yeah, out everywhere.
Yes, sir. That's a wrap. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me here.